into the actual session, I'll just show a small video about our school, sir. Good morning and a very warm welcome to all gathered here. Today we have with us in the Pupil Career Talk series, Mr. Eswar Balasubramanian, Project Putri, Head, Outreach Avatar Capital Trust, to give us an insight into the world of social work. A very warm welcome to you, sir, and very happy to have you with us today. The Pupil Savita Eco School started in the year 2012 under the flagship of Dr. N.M. Virayan, with a mission to facilitate children to think independently, gain the confidence and skills to excel in their own chartered path, and find the courage to stand firm on their models and values. As a community, we strive to create a culture of inquiry, acceptance, and mutual respect, where every child is celebrated for their uniqueness, encouraged to express themselves freely, and learn without limits and inhibitions. Our directors, Dr. Savita and Dr. Rajesh, guide us and lead us in every possible way and have made the school one of the best schools in the city. A warm welcome to you, madam and sir. This Pupil Career Talk series is one such initiative from our beloved director, Dr. Savita, for the students of grade 8 and above to make them aware of the various fields of study. Now they are exposed to numerous fields available, and this is our 13th episode of our Career Talk series. A warm welcome to all the students and parents for joining us for this very inspiring and informative session. A small video about Putri, which I said sir was heading the program. I would like to share a small video about it, sir.
A girl child is just like a well nourished tree. Just how one tree has the ability to supply oxygen enough for survival of minimum 18 people in its lifetime, a well educated girl has the capacity to empower an entire generation. Unfortunately, every year around 132 million girls drop out of schools globally. In India, the dropout rate of girls is as high as 57% at high school level. This imbalance can be resolved only by investing in the education of a girl child. Because educating a girl child not only transforms her life but also the community around her and eventually the nation as a whole. Project Putri aims at guiding and nurturing girls to become independent young women with high career intentionality quotient who can play a significant role in uplifting our nation's economy.
I dream of an India where every young girl desires to reach the fullest of her potential. And every one of those dreams comes true. Project Putri has been created to ensure that all of these dreams of all the young girls who are Putri scholars actually gets translated into reality, and each one of them rises to the fullest of her potential, completes her tertiary education, gets into a well-paying career, and develops the kind of security and safety and well-being that independence can give her, economic independence can give her.
Project Putri provides attitudinal training and teaches life skills for girls studying from class 8 to 12. We mentor and guide them until they graduate. These in-depth trainings help the Putris, girls who are part of Project Putri program, to make informed decisions. Every year, our classrooms mentoring sessions are conducted between June to March. But this unfortunate year, pandemic conditions have altered our lives. We met our Putris through webinars for the first time. The at-school live sessions were transformed into at-home webinar sessions. Storytelling sessions were conducted using colorful and attractive modules with elements of interest in a virtual session. During the lockdown, we introduced a new initiative for girls who completed their high school education to teach them key life skills like resilience, coping up with stress, and also building confidence. While they learn life skills, there are other barriers like money, language, proficiency, and personal issues to tide over. All these are resolved by Project Putri. But it has been possible for us to reach out only to a few. This would become a huge reality if many individuals with altruistic mindsets, volunteers, and organizations join hands and help us in providing this wonderful opportunity to every Putri.
Every Putri scholar is an ambassador for career intentional women in India.
With you, it can be we. Volunteer with Project Putri or donate to make a difference and redesign the destiny of our dear Putris.
May I now request Vidya to introduce the speaker to all of us? So this was a small glimpse about Putri. Over to you, Vidya.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi ma'am. A very, very beautiful morning to all of you present here. And it's definitely a beautiful morning. The video, what you just saw is just not a video. Uh, it's something what they do, and this team is doing an awesome job. Let me tell you that Team Putri is doing a wonderful job in reaching out to so many underprivileged girl children around Tamil Nadu, and I guess they have also extended their wings over to Pondicherry, and they are doing a fabulous job. Uh, Thank you, Eswar, and it's really great to have you today to address all our students. So, for me to talk about Eswar, Eswar heads the outreach program at Avatar Human Capital Trust and oversees Project Putri, India's first ever developmental project that seeks to create career intentionality among underprivileged girl children. He is a management postgraduate in finance and HR from Anna University with over 17 plus years of work experience. Joined Avatar as a management trainee and have raised to leadership levels by sheer hard work and passion. A seasoned HR professional with well-honed expertise in handling large clients in the industries like banking, ITES, telecom, retail, and service sector. He has completed a very specialized leadership certification program from Indian Institute of Management, Kozhikode. Under his leadership, AHCT has been clocking awards every year. His favorite hobby is to spend time with children, offer free coaching classes for the needy, and indulge in community service. What more we can ask for, Eswar? Thank you. Thank you so much. And we are really looking forward for the session. Over to you.
Yes, very good morning, one and all present here, and really, really happy to really be amongst you all. And thank you, Dolly ma'am, and thank you, Sandra and Vidya and Lakshmi madam for giving this platform for me to share my learnings and whatever the journey which I've had till now. To start with, so let me also just begin my presentation. Just give me a minute. Okay, so hope my presentation is visible. Okay, great, fantastic. Okay, so before I get into the session today, one particular request with all of you today. I want this to be a more interactive session, and so I hope that I will do justice, because I've seen some legends from various industries coming up and speaking in this platform. So kudos to the entire school management and Dr. Savita madam and Dr. Rajesh sir. Thank you for building such a fabulous institution, and you've been running. I've been hearing this about the pupils from various stakeholders from Putri also. A lot of our volunteers, children are studying out here in the school, and I know the great work what you all are doing. It's a fabulous team to really work with. Within this just 2-3 days itself, I can know the way they coordinated, the passion which they show in terms of bringing you the best speakers possible in this platform is something. I think kudos to the entire team. So they have actually created such a great platform, students. So I think you all need to really use it to the maximum extent. I know for sure that you all will be doing it. So I would request all of you to really, be interactive and just be open in terms of asking me, and wherever you want to just stop me, please do that. And also just start putting your thoughts in your chats, so that I know that you all are there with me, because it's always very, very difficult to really see the black boxes and really speak to, right? So I hope you all agree with me, right? Great, fantastic. Okay, so let me start with a story. There was a boy who really coming from a very much a middle class family, again with a great amount of struggle, with no other guidance and everything. So that person really finished his post-graduation. So he was the first post-graduate in his family. And so without me or any again guidance, he was he was giving his best, and he was trying to do that. And so while he was doing his PG, so he had a dilemma whether to retake something in human resources or something in finance, because he did his BCom, and so he was in a dilemma. And also he tried CA. He was trying his hands into that course also, but somehow after getting into the PG, so he had a dilemma of whether getting into the finance stream or the HR stream, right? So two different streams as such. So again, a lot of suggestions as we all get once we get into the career. So a lot of people advise you on various things, and so likewise he also got all inputs and everything. But again, ultimately he started thinking, so where do his heart lies in, right? So that's how he really found out that so either dealing with numbers or dealing with people, right? So what is that? It's going to be more close to his heart. And then that person decided that he wants to really get into the human resources side, because he loves dealing with people, and he's so passionate about training and everything. So he just thought like, okay, so that's the stream we can take. So he took that kind of a call, and so that made out to be a very big change in the entire his life. And so that person is yet another than Eswar Balasubramaniam. So I'm there standing before you with about 17 years of the journey in human resources, interacting and training various people in my life. So that's something I'm a very happy person because that choice which I just took it, right? So it's all about that, because you hardly study about what to say, if we consider our PG also. So maximum about 20-22 years is what our education is all about, right? So that's the span which we prepare ourselves, right? We prepare ourselves, we learn so many things from our school, from our friends, and so we try and keep goals for ourselves. We try and just collect information and prepare ourselves, right? But after that, right? So your choice of every situation. So after your 12th, okay, I can say that till 10th, you have a common subjects you study, and after 12th, 11th, you have 11th and 12th, you choose a certain particular subjects as a specialization, right? So that's the next choice for you. And so you have to be very, very careful in terms of choosing that. And after that, yes, so there is a lot more opportunities and streams which is available for you, and you have to try and decide. So what is going to be very, very suitable for you, right? So that's what this career talk. I hope that you'll be hearing, and very happy to really be there in the 13th session as such. And I think the last 12 sessions, I hope that you might have got an idea about different streams and everything. So today I'm really excited, and I'm so it's so close to my heart about talking about this topic on social sciences and humanities. So this is again a fantastic stream, has a lot of scope, has picked up in this last 10 years. The kind of dimensions which has developed within this industry and the stream is something really amazing. But again, a lot of myths is also there around this particular stream, that okay, so generally they used to say, if you take history is a subject which is like, so people don't have any other choices, they used to try and just take that. So those days have gone. I think a lot more specializations have come in every segment of the social sciences side, and I think all the colleges, a lot of demand from the student side have also come up. So it's a beautiful upcoming, and much faster. It is into the faster growth pace right now. So it's good that you are trying to just know about it. So let's discuss about so many things about it. So before I get into it, so I quickly wanted to really ask you. So I wanted to really want to hear from you that the Lakshmi ma'am, can I just see the chat from all of them? So or is there any specific thing needs to be given as a permission out here?
Nothing like that, sir. They can chat.
Okay,
So
great.
if you want them to interact anytime in between, yes, definitely they will ask questions.
Okay,
So
okay, great.
children are
Excellent.
very, very interactive, so no issues at all.
Fantastic.
There
Okay.
we have
Great.
Akshaya already on screen. So
Wow.
Akshaya,
Okay.
you have something to talk now? Or listen to sir and then? Is that
No, ma'am, we'll listen to sir then.
Yeah. Thanks, Akshay. So, okay. So let me just ask you a particular question. So, as Madam was just mentioning that this is the 13th session. So, 12th session, you have been hearing about career and so many things. You have been updating yourself. So, I wanted to understand. So, do you all know what is the difference between a career and a job? Can you quickly just post it in the chat box, or you can just unmute yourself and talk to me? That will be fantastic. What do you mean by careers? And what do you mean by job? What is the difference between both?
Sir, a career is an record of how you grown from where you start and how you grown, sir. A job is a work you do. That's what you do. Now, it doesn't show the progress, but it gives you what you should do. It tells you
Okay.
what you have to do. But a
Okay,
career
okay.
shows the progress.
Okay.
of your
Good, Kevin. Good, Kevin Sai. Good attempt.
Sir,
Anybody else?
actually,
Yes.
a career is a thing which we take an interest and we do it. We put in our hands together and we do it. And a job is a thing like we work with them as like what to say as a like as a staff with them.
As
We
a
don't take that much as a staff or a worker. In that, we don't take that much interest and all in jobs.
very good. Excellent, Divisha. Fantastic, and that's bang on. That's bang on. Something which we try and just do, which is in terms of a career, is a pretty long term aspect which you take it and you do it with full of heart, right? For an example, if you really make me to sit and make me to speak for the whole day, I can do that, right? Because I love it, right? I love to do that. So I will not get tired at all, right? A job which really keeps you refreshing, a job which keeps you going, that is something which you need to really choose for yourself so that your entire life you can be happy, right? So a lot of times we wrongly think that okay, this job's a career which really automatically brings you a lot of fame, money, everything which follows you, right? So that is something which a career does, and what I'm really pursuing right now is a career for me, right? Human resources is a career which I have chosen, and job is something which you really do it as a very temporary stuff, right? You take it a particular assignment, you take it, you finish it, and you get paid for it. That's it, right? It's a very temporary phenomena, and a career is for your lifelong aspect. So you need to really look for and think about a career, right? I'm telling you, this is so important. I've seen some of my friends, which I've just seen where they used to really get they are a bit afraid of seeing blood, right? But but they initially they wanted to really do a doctor kind of a thing. So they got into MBBS with all struggles. And after that, what happened was like so when they got into that career, so they were really first of all afraid to see the blood, and always they get a bit jittery when they really look at it, and they couldn't continue. So I've seen chemical engineers who don't really like that chemical smell at all, right? So after they will realize it quite later. So then you can't really get your time back, right? So you should be very careful about choosing these things, and also like you should be very clear about what is a career, what is a job, right? So you need to definitely try and just plan, and all your education, all everything you choose, you need to really go to that towards that kind of particular goal of making a career for yourself, right? So that you will be happy, your organization will be happy, and the society around you will be happy, right? So that is what the difference which I wanted to tell all of you. Good, excellent, great start, and thanks for sharing, Dibisha.
Sir,
Okay.
and a career, the career, like career, we can even continue it after a long time also. It
Exactly.
doesn't have any time period limit. But in jobs, it's like this till this period you have to be here and work. In between, we resign and go. That's not a big issue.
Amazing. Excellent, Divisha. So such an enlightenment. I want to just take a session from you. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so yes, there is no time limit at all. I have seen HR professionals, doctors who work till about, what to say, 75 years, right? There is no retirement for them. So they used to really keep on going. There is no retirement, and because that's the kind of passion and interest they have, right? So that's something which we need to really understand at the first go. Right, great, excellent. So okay, so the next question which I wanted to ask all of you. So you all agree that we all are human beings, right? Okay, so we all are human beings, and so if we really, yeah, we have come to this world, and we all have various duties as such, right? So when you really are in a society, so you are born to have various duties for yourself, right? So can you just tell me, as human beings, there are three important duties for us. So can anybody unmute yourself and talk about it? So what are your three duties? Three important duties as a human being. Quickly. Do you want to just
Children, you can even type it out in the chat box.
yes, you can chat, you can put it in the chat box, or you can try and also unmute yourself and speak. Either ways, yeah. So what are the three important duties for you as a human being?
As a human being, we have to respect each other.
Respect each other. Very good. Okay. Okay. Then good start.
To
Good
be
start.
kind to everyone. You have to be
Yes,
kind
okay.
to
Yes,
everyone.
kind to everyone, being okay, respectful to others. Fantastic. Then.
Work
You
hard
have
for
to
your goals.
upon opinions and
You have to
take
all
final
of them as equal.
One by one, one by one.
All of them, they are equal.
Yeah, all of them are equal. Very good. Okay.
Work hard for your goals.
Fantastic, Akhil. Work hard for your goals. Okay. Good. Then, what are your duties actually?
Taking care of our surroundings.
Care for surrounding. Very good. Excellent. Ansh, Dani. Very good. Okay.
Be good to others, including animals.
Very good. Okay. Yes, of course, we have to really take care of our
Do our
environment.
work. Do our work.
Pardon?
Do our
Come here.
work.
Your work. Okay. Of course. Yes. Okay. Great. Fantastic. Fantastic answers from all of you. Good. I would want you to think, because see, all these sessions should really make you to think. That's very, very important, right? So ultimately, there are three important duties for a human being, right? So so these are the three things, right? You have the first duty. This should be your mantra. I'm telling you, you should all remember this for your lifetime. It's not only for right now, right? So it is not for this session alone. It's for your lifetime. There are three important duties for yourself. The first duty is taking care of yourselves, right? So you have to take care of yourself. So whatever you study, the way you take care of your body, because body is our temple. You all know that, right? Because God resides in us, and ultimately body is our temple. So of course we have to take care of ourselves. Learning is absolutely your responsibility. Always we keep saying that, oh no, my teacher didn't taught me this, my father and mother didn't taught me this, my friend has not told me about this. We always put the responsibility on others, right? Usually we do that, right? We do this mistake, right? No, this person has not done that, or that person has not done that, he has not taught me at all. So those kind of things we can't really say, because learning is your responsibility. You have to really gain the knowledge. You have to try and ask questions and update yourself about things as such. So all these are something very, very important. So taking care of yourself. So having proper food, taking proper rest, and again, doing your duty in terms of to yourself is something very, very critical. And that's how you come to school and you do as if you really take Ansh Dani, right? What is his roles as a human being? So he's a student, he's a brother for somebody, he's a friend for somebody, right? So he has so many duties, right? So taking care of ourselves is the first duty. The second one is family, is a duty towards our family, right? So we are responsible to we have to really take care of our parents. We have to take care of our family, our siblings, our kind of friends as such. So ultimately, the family which we are in, of course, you have to really take care of it actually. So that's another very, very important duty for yourself. The second one is taking care of your family. So I'm going to just ask you questions at the end, so please be ready. So the third aspect is something which we generally we used to really think like, so is it my duty? Right? Do I need to really take care of my society which I am in? So why do we really need to really take this responsibility also? We have to take care of our society. Why?
Because it will come back to us. Because now if we do something good for others, if they have the same mentality, it will definitely come back to us.
Fantastic, actually. Yes, of course. It's a, yeah, excellent, excellent, Akshay.
Because that's where we live, so we have to take care of our society,
Why?
because that's the place we stay. And
That's the place we live. Excellent. And of course, as Akshay said, like it's fantastic. So it's a universal truth where you take care of your society and it comes back to you as such, because we all live in a society as such. But again, you should have we ever thought about it? So right from the dress you wear, right from the electricity, the water, right, everything, the food products, somebody or another, they are kind of making it ready, that product, and they are actually sending it to your homes, right? How is it you're getting it actually? You all get every aspect of this from the society as such. So it's very, very important that you have to have this in mind, that we have to give back to the society, right? Because you take as many as things from the society, and you have to as equally, right? If you how equal it is to really take care of yourself and your family, we should also try and make sure that we contribute to our country, we contribute to our society in some way or another, right? This is something very, very important. And so generally we think like, okay, we all will live in a circle and think like, okay, I'm happy. Okay, khana, pina, sona, all three things are happening. So I'm happy. So what is there in it? Why should I go and everything my government will take care? So why should I go and just work hard and really do something, help for the other person? Okay, I'll call EB, I will call anything, everything we think others are responsible. We are not responsible, but we take everything happily, right? So that is not the kind of thing. So we have to really make sure that we are giving back to our societies as such. Great, fantastic. So career is not only for yourself, right? So what happens if you get a happy career, right? What happens? You will be happy. Your family will be happy, of course, because so imagine, no, you go to your work and you come to home like with full of stress and things. So you might have just observed in somebody,
Yes,
right?
sir.
You come with a very sad face, like you're always like this. Whether you'll be happy to see that face,
No, sir.
No, sir.
like this, and today my boss did that, that
Dark
happened.
circles.
Yes, we don't really like that, right? So of course, so your career, successful career, also reflects to your family. And again, you can ask me a question. So how do my career also just impacts my society? Of course it is, right? Of course it will affect your society also. Imagine, no?
Yes, sir. Because, sir, lately there has been so many stuff that you get your respect in your society, seeing your career. Like now
Correct.
in this pandemic time, doctorate career is the most highly respected because they are only finding the vaccines, treating us.
Absolutely. So imagine, no, you've taken medicine, right? Because your father told you, or mother told you, or your entire environment, entire friends told you that, hey, my friends are all joining medicine, so I'm also going to just take medicine, right? My friend Akil is also going. I will also just go and just join medicine. So you've gone, right? You've studied, struggled. You didn't really like it at all. Okay, my friend is there is a huge pressure on me. So okay, let me finish this medicine, and somehow I'm just completing it. After that, what happens? You get into a hospital, right? You are a doctor. The patient comes. You are not interested at all. Okay? Okay? These are the problems. Okay, write this medicine now. If you become such a doctor, imagine, no, what will be the condition of that patient if you don't have a happiness to really do that, right? So imagine. So I'm sure I've seen a couple of your teachers in Pupil school, how passionately they're taking classes, right? So imagine, no, they're coming up and just taking a very boring class. Hello, students. Yes, good morning. Let me just get into the class session today. if they go into that kind of a mode and they are taking sessions, how will you feel? You feel completely bored because they all are passionate actually, right? So you should be very, very passionate so that you feel happy. Hey, come on, this is a session I'm going to just go today. Yes, I'm totally pumped up, right? And you go to a doctor who takes care of you nicely, who gives you right medicines, right? That's how you select a doctor. The same way. So it affects your choice of career will also affect your society. You should remember that, right? That's the reason I brought this point here.
That's what,
Okay.
sir. Career is our passion, our passionate work, interest.
Absolutely. And you should have this question constantly being asked in my mind. What is it Divisha wants to do in her life? How is it I can be happy and how can I make my society happy? Right?
I want
That's a only goal in our life, right? Correct?
So not only that, sir.
I can't hear you. Sorry.
So not only that, sir. There have been some times where there have been some parents who say that you have to take engineering doctorate because for their name in the society. So some
Correct.
parents, for their respect in the society, they ask their children to take doctorate or engineering. Some to them, there's a line that it is like a tradition.
Great, great, Akhil. Of course, yes. And certain parents, of course, it's ignorance again. See, they love you, right? They love you so much. Why is it they are saying? Again, it is not only the society or whatever. They love you so much. They want to really see Davisha or Kavin or Akshay. So they want to just see Akhil to in a very great thing, great stage in their life. Actually, that's the reason they are saying. But again, it's your responsibility to really convince them, right? If we want, what to say, we want to just see a movie or we want to just have some amazing dark fantasy chocolates and biscuits. So how do you convince them? Right? You cry and you do everything to that. Right? That's the way you should convince them. You should learn how to convince them. You should be very, very strong in that. So to tell you, right? So there used to be a student. He used to always say, "Hey, what do you want to become in your life?" He'll say like, "I want to become a hairstylist," right? And then parents will say like, "Hey, come on, what is this hairstylist? This is something. And a saloon vekaporiya. The saloon which are you going to run the shop?
Yeah,
No,
do that.
it is absolutely not. But this guy was so passionate every time. So he used to really say the same answer whoever criticizes him. And do you know like where is he right now? So he is in a stage right now. He has become such a famous hairstylist in the entire country. Right? He is in Mumbai. He is the hairstylist for Shah Rukh Khan and all your Khans of Bollywood, right? See the way he has gone there, right? For just a haircut, he will receive 50,000 rupees. Who knows, right? So that is the kind of passion. So no job is a smaller job, right? Every job has its own dimensions, and you have success in it, right? There is no. So that's something we all need to try and understand. Okay, so what does it takes to really get into a career? You all know this maybe, right? But I just thought like to touch base on these things. So you all know that for a career, what do you need is the skills which you need to try and develop. First of all, you should have a goal for yourself, as I told you. And of course, your education is very, very important. You need to really
Depends on your marks.
exactly, not marks alone. Akhil, I want to just correct you. Marks is just for the school system and everything, right? So you should never ever just study only for your marks, right? You should really study that subject for your knowledge, right? For your learning. That's very important. We should really change our perspective, right? So marks is something, okay, halfly I got about 80. Okay, then you get 90. Okay, but how much knowledge you have really gathered, right? That is very something which is very, very important as such. And how is your creativity in those things? And what is your vision for yourself and the values which I talked about, which is something very, very important. So you all know that we all are living in an AI world. What is AI? I know for sure that
Artificial intelligence.
artificial intelligence.
artificial intelligence. So that's the kind of age we are living in. You all are, what to say, masters in, what to say, a smartphone or anything which we give, you can crack it, right? That way you can really do that. So I know that you're all very, very smart in it. Okay. So in this world, what is so scarce? You all know. Everybody is intelligence. You have IQ. You have intelligence. So something is missing.
Technology only skills us for because the technology goes on and what to say, the more problems come in, we face more problems.
Okay. So one side, technology is really going up, right? The innovations are happening, and the entire things, the way we live is getting changed. So one thing it is not changing.
Sir, I feel as many people, I mean, the population is increasing, the job opportunities are decreasing. As there are many people, so there are not much opportunities.
So one thing which should not change. What
Our
is it?
career,
Career?
Our
No.
goal,
our goals, our
Those
life.
keep changing actually.
What
So
we
what is
have
it?
learned from the basic rules of our life.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So your values, right?
Yes.
Human values, right? What do you mean by human values? So I have this mobile, right? So how much this cost? So tell me the model, I'll tell you the rate. That's the thing you're thinking, right? Okay. So you all know, like, okay. So everything has a price, right? This mobile has a cost. How much is that? Guess.
Sir, around
20,000.
around 20 to
Around
10 to
20,000.
20,000.
Yes. Okay. And what about this? What to say? A notebook or a planner? How much it cost actually?
10 rupees, 20 rupees,
30,000. I'm sorry.
100 rupees.
Yeah. So when you really look around in your room, there are so many things which is having so many things are there, right? Everything has a value, right? But what is your value? What is the value of
Priceless.
what is the value of Divisha?
Priceless.
Priceless. Yes, exactly. So that is called as human values, right? What is our value? Anybody knows here? What is your value?
Priceless.
How you will be evaluated?
Priceless.
By our
Priceless.
discipline, by our by, you know, the
By our
values and the honest,
attitude.
you know, the things that our parents give to us, the things they teach us, you know, from our childhood.
Our attitude,
People often
The
basically.
way
judge
we
us on
show
that.
ourselves to others, that's what forms us.
It's our attitude, basically.
Fantastic attitude. Amazing. Yes, Sanch Dhanik, fantastic answer. Like how the parents gives us actually. So we all know that a lot of what to say property, a lot of things they try and just translate to the next generation. Like again, what we really need to really learn is their values actually, the human values. I'm telling you, this is something very, very important in your career, wherever it is. That ethics, right? So in a Hindu religion or any religion, we call it as there are 5 things, which is Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, and Ahimsa. So these are our 5 broader qualities of ourselves, right? Satya means truth. Imagine, no, like if truth doesn't exist in our society, what will happen, right? Your van driver says that I will come on this time, and he lies to you. He's not coming up. So then what happens actually? There will be a lot of chaos in this entire society, right? If nobody is keeping up their word. So truth is something very, very important. Yes.
Sir,
Second,
but the thing is that we like they will say that they will reach by this time. In between any traffic or something, and they might not be able to reach at that time. So before we know, so we should know the truth behind the thing they are delayed.
exactly. And being truthful, right? Being truthful is something very important, right? So Satya. Next is Dharma. Dharma is your duty, which I talked about. So you have to know and you have to do your duty. That's very important again. That's an important quality again. So Satya, Dharma, Shanti again, which is your peace. You should be peaceful as a person, right? That's the third aspect as such. And Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema. Prema is love. You should be lovable to everybody, right? So these are your values. When I ultimately, if you go and just sit in the interview, these are the qualities which we really look at. How far he is a team player, how far he loves to really work as a team. Is he an individual contributor or a team player as such? So how affectionate he is, how passionate he is. So how can you define passion? Passion is something, again, the love you have towards your job, what you do, right? Or on the work, what you do, right? Love everything which you try and just do, right? So that is called as prema again. And ahimsa is something non-violence. How do you really don't hurt anybody? How do you really try and kind of work along with everybody, right? So these are the human values which is very much needed for any profession you try and take, right? That's something you all need to remember, right? Fantastic. So I'm going to just show you a very interesting video right now. So are you all ready to really see this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Read this for you. Just a moment. I'm going to just change. Okay, you're going to just tell me that whether you are able to. You're going to just you're able to see.
Yes, sir.
Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Sir, it's not audible, sir.
Yes, sir, it's not audible.
Not
audible. Not audible? No, no. Here now.
It's still not audible, sir.
Oh, it's not audible, is it? Okay.
Yes, sir, we can only see the video.
Just a moment.
You can just stop sharing and then you can try to share it again with that optimized for
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
audio
Okay.
and video. Yeah.
Okay. Just sharing it. You all hear now?
Yeah, we can
Yes,
hear
sir.
now. Yeah.
Great.
From the start, I wasn't here.
Yes. So, who is going to really talk about what is it you liked and what is it you learned from this short video?
That you have
Like he went to an there was an employment board, and there were
Yes.
so many opportunities. But then each job he chose, he was not able to do it properly because he didn't
because he
have
had no interest in
knowledge
it.
about that particular job. After
He had
that,
no
he chose
knowledge
one
or
job,
interest.
which is which is
Correct, correct.
sorry, a career.
Before
Which is
if
the
you see,
Akil, just 1 minute. Let Divisha finish, and
which
then
is
you can
drawing.
start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yes.
Which is drawing. And he loves to draw, and he took it as his passion, and he did it as a career.
Correct. So he made a lot of mistake again, right? Initially, see how what to say, to really see his how bad he was as a hairstylist, how bad he was as a person who takes care of patients. So that's something very important. That's what we saw. I just thought this video could really bring a very good sense for you, like in terms of how important is to choose the right one as such, right? It's a world of opportunities, children, and you're all so fortunate, really, to be there at this stage because there are so many things happening, and again, so many opportunities. Anything you take, any stream you take, you have world of opportunity, as it's been depicted in the picture. So the world is open for you, right? So it's all about now you need to try and see like where you're going to just choose and which line you're going to just take up, and you're going to just specialize, right? Great, excellent. So today, so let me just get into my topic, which I wanted to get into, and for preparing this, so as a lot of you have shared, so for a career, knowledge, skills, and attitude is a very important aspect as such. Okay, so now you can ask me, sir, okay, sir. So how is it? Can I first of all choose? And I go confusion. Always career choices are always confusing. Yeah, like a career is an option. There are thousands of options. My parents are saying something. My friends are saying something. My teachers are saying something. What is it? Can I just choose? How is it? Can I do that? Right? That's something everybody will have in our mind. So what is it we need to do that, right? So for this, we have to try and understand. So let me skip these things because time is also running short, and okay, yes, okay. So two things you should really find out, right? So what are your skills, right? What is it you're good at, and what is your passion, right? This is something which you need to try and find answers for, right? You can ask me, sir, how is it? Can I do that? So you all know. I'll just tell you these are something which you all can actually do, especially students at 11th and 12th definitely can do that. Please take out a white sheet and divide that into 4 quadrants. And you all might have heard of SWOT analysis, right? There is something called as SWOT, which is SWOT, right? S stands for strength, right? W stands for weakness, and then O stands for opportunities, right? And what is next? T, which stands for strengths, right? So SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat, right? It's a very simple exercise where you have to introspect yourself, right? You should really find out. So how do I find my strengths, sir? How is it? Can I think like these are my strengths and you can definitely try to just think about all the instances where your teachers appreciated you, your friends have appreciated you. Hey, Divisha, you are fantastic in doing this thing. So you are an amazing speaker. You spoke, and I was blown up. You spoke so well, actually. I couldn't really take my eyes from you out, right? You're an amazing person, right? Immediately, everybody. So that is your strength. All your appreciation. You won't go and appreciate a friend just like that, right? You like that.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain that SWOT again?
Yeah.
Strength,
So
weakness?
you have 4 things, which is SWOT, which is called a SWOT analysis, which is a yardstick, right? Where organization will use it, an institution can use, an individual can use. So it's an amazing, proven analysis called as SWOT analysis, right? Which is called as SWOT. So S stands for strength, right? Your strength. What is your strengths, basically, right? So next aspect is your W, which is your weakness. So what are my weaknesses? Everybody has strengths, everybody has weaknesses, right? Nobody's like, I'm great in everything. You can't say that actually, right? So everybody has their own gaps and limitations as such. So you have your strengths, weaknesses, and again you have your opportunities. Another side is your threats, basically, right? So strengths are your things which people appreciate you, right? Somebody might have told like, hey, Bapre, I've given you this. The cycle is there. You have just taken it. We used to do it in our child days, right? When we give a toy to a child, what it does is like, every spare part it will really take. Yeah, we will take that. We will do all sort of things in it, and so that is the way it is. Anything which you get, they automatically they get into that product, and they used to do that, right? That is their orientation as such, right? So that is something we should need to try and understand. We should observe. We should think like, where my teachers appreciated me. Where did my father came and told me, hey, you're a disciplined child, right? You are so good in this. You're so organized, right? Somebody will come and appreciate you. So those are your strengths. You should list it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should list it down. Second aspect, in terms of your weaknesses, you should think like, what is that I'm finding it so difficult? What is it I'm not able to really do that? Why is it I'm not able to do that, right? So I don't have my orientation there. My father say that I need to do this, but I'm not really getting my mind to really do that actually, right? So what are my limitations? What am I I'm not good at is what I think, right? It's again you think, right? So always you should really think those things and also just list it down. So what are my weaknesses actually? Then the third aspect is your opportunities again. So opportunities means what is it we have as an opportunity outside? For my skills, what is it can I opt for? If I'm good in poster making, I've seen some amazing designers, right? They do a fantastic poster. When you really look at, you will really be excited to see that, because the kind of thinking, the creativity which they show in, that's something amazing. So what are my opportunities? If I'm good in so and so things, so what is that kind of opportunities which is there for me? Then the fourth quadrant is your threats, basically, right? What is your threats? Basically is your, again, people around you, how much opportunity you have. So we all know that there are some very, very niche areas. For an example, genetic engineering. So genetic engineering is just coming up actually. So you don't have much opportunities in India as such. So that's again a threat. So if you want to just pursue a opportunity in genetic engineering, you need to go all the way. Though you have courses out here, but you don't know whether you will get settled in India. Right? You need to go out and work in some other country as such. Right? So likewise, what are your threats basically? So is it my environment has, my society has certain opportunities for that? So what are my threats for that? So again, for certain courses like generic courses like BBA or BCom, there are so many BComs coming up in a year. So everything is a threat again. So you have to stand out among all of them actually. So that is again which is your threats basically. So what you need to do down the line is you need to convert all your weakness into strength, right? You should list out all your weaknesses and then you should really do that. So I need to tell you a quick story. There was a boy. Suddenly what happened was like he had a paralysis in his left hand, right? And so he couldn't really lift his left hand properly, right? So, but again, kind of his mother wanted to really teach him karate, right? So what she did was like she took him and she took to one of the best karate teachers and so told him that these are the constraints, but I want my child to be again learn karate and really learn self-defense for himself. So the teacher saw that, and again, a lot of teachers have earlier rejected him because he couldn't use his left hand as such. So a lot of them rejected, but this teacher was so kind enough to accept him as a student. He started teaching him, and he taught him only about 3 steps, right? Only 3 steps. So first step took about 2 months. He was continuously trying to practice that. The second thing again, he was trying to doing the second step for another 2 months, another third step, another for 2 months. So continuously he was doing it, but he himself was not aware that what is he doing, right? I've not learned any other major steps at all. So he was very worried, but there was a tournament which was arranged. And so it was a fantastic tournament, and a lot of students, as friends, and everybody went with full josh. They all went and participated in it. And this student was outperforming, right? He was actually doing such strokes which nobody can defend. Actually, he was so happy. He was he finished all his prelim rounds. He was at the semi-final. Everybody thought like, okay, the contenders are very strong. I don't think so he will really pass through. He also cleared his semi-finals. The finals came. There was you all might have just seen Karate Kid, right? The same way it is, right? So the opponent was very strong actually, but the teacher, the karate teacher, was very cool, because he knows that the secret of the whole thing, right? So the person came, the opponent came. He tried all his tricks to try and make sure that he can defeat him, but he was so strong in his right hand operations, right? So and he was not able to defeat that, and this kid won that kind of tournament. And everybody were curious, and they went to the teacher and asked him, "Sir, how come, sir? How you trained? You're amazing, sir. You're fantastic. How come you trained a person who is like again having a left hand paralysis? How is it you were able to do?" So then the teacher said, like, "I know his weakness very well, right? I know that he can't use his left hand, but I know what best he can do with his right hand, right? So for defeating him, if he is not using his left hand, so nobody can really defeat him, because that's the kind of the moves which I taught him as such. So nobody can really do that. That was my strategy behind it. So that's the way in our life as such. We should always play with our strength. So, right, everybody is like, everybody has limitations, as I said. So ultimately, we should use our strengths and make sure that we minimize our weakness as such. So we should always move our weaknesses into strengths as such, and threats into opportunities. So this is the kind of a thing which you all can actually try and put it together. Just take a piece of paper, do a 4-quadrant, and write strengths, weakness, opportunity, threat. So this is something you can do with a very simple tool which you can, which will be very useful for you to come up with a decision on your careers as such, right? Great, excellent. So scientifically, so how is it can I really know? I can also just show you another thing which is like, so what defines a career is, these are the things. So these are the personality traits, right? These are a person which is built, your mind is built with all these traits, right? How responsible you are, how reliable you are, how determined and focused you are, how independent you are, how disciplined you are. These are the traits which will really make your career choice much more easy. So this is the kind of a test which we actually give. We use in our psychometric tools, which we use for Project Putri. So it's a IIT incubated tool which we are using it right now. So which has been given by our thing called as Both Bridge is a organization. So they use this kind of techniques to try and understand. For an example, you are risk averse, right? You don't want to take risk at all. Sir, enakku bayam, sir. Everything I'm really afraid. I won't really go out. I won't take things. I won't claim my buildings and all. I am very safe and secure always. If you are such a person, imagine, no? If you are taking a career related to army or police or criminology or something like that, that's totally different.
We can't.
Right? So you should understand.
We think that having that fear, we can't do anything at that time.
Exactly. Correct. So now I have just told you. So how is it you need to choose your career? How career is so important? We have just seen all those aspects right now. So let me now get into my topic, which I am here today. I'm going to just talk about the importance and the aspects related to the social sciences as such, right? So you all know as a subject, right? We call it as our social miss. Supra, she used to take classes. I like social science. Certain people likes it actually. Certain people are social, history, it all depends on how do you really look at the subject, right? So social science are something which is again so important for us in this the present AI world, which I told you. These values, these things becomes more important. What is it which cannot replace by a mission? What a mission
Human values.
Human values and emotions.
Emotions, human values. These are the things which you bring into the table as such, right? So those are the things which you need to try and remember. So ultimately, social science is a study of human relations. How do you really live in a society? How people are living, right? How they interact, right? How do they lead a quality life? You all know, like you all are very comfortable staying in a good home right now. You have a ceiling above you, right, which is protecting you from all weathers and everything, right? Your father is earning. There are people to guide you. Have you ever imagined if you don't have all these things, what will happen to you? Right? There is no proper home to live. There is no proper food to eat. There is no proper people to really guide you. What will happen to you? Have you ever imagined? But there are people like that. There are people who doesn't have all these things. These are all privilege. We should be so grateful to God and the Almighty who has given us such a fantastic things in our life as such, right? So social science is all about that, learning about the social well-being of everybody. What is there around us, right? What is our history? How is it the human evolution has happened, right? How is it our physical environment is as such? So how the infrastructure is? How is it we are now leading a life as such, right? All these things matters and comes as a social sciences as such. So this has different things. Why do we really need to really know about social sciences? Why is it till 10th we have generic all the courses? It's because of all these reasons. It helps us understand the device solutions of various social problems. There are so many problems as such. We have to try and understand about it. So, or otherwise, if we don't understand, it will come and be there as a problem for you down the line in your life as such. So you have to try and understand. So how people are. So we saw like we should also contribute our best to our society, right? So for that, like you should really understand what are the social problems as such. So there are so many problems around us. Cultural issues. There are issues because of the diversity which we bring in. So there are problems which keeps coming up. But again, India has really done very well in managing those diversities. So you all know unity in diversity. You all might have heard of it actually, right? So that is something we all need to try and understand. So, and again, in terms of how to deal with social inequalities and build a strong institutions and provide social justice for all our citizens. So human rights, right? The legal issues, you all know what is happening right now, right? The injustice which is being done for children, right? There are so many things which is happening right now. So these are some problems which needs to be addressed as such. And again, how do we improvise our economic sustainability? There are so many people who have lost job in this COVID actually. Very, very sad to really see that. How are we going to do that? For an example, for a person who is only, she knows only, I saw a Putri scholar, right? Putri scholar are the students who get selected as part of Project Putri. And I was just speaking to her and she was telling, what is it you do, ma? So she says that, no, I will go with my mother after my school time. And her mother is selling dolls, right? All the clay dolls and all. She used to sell it in the roadside shop. Due to this pandemic, of course, you all know that no external shops were allowed. And the entire, sustainability got affected actually. So no salary, no income. They were in a very suffering state right now. Imagine, no, for that particular her mother, she only knows to really procure dolls and sell it. She doesn't know anything at all, right? How do we do that? How do we can help her? She doesn't know anything else. She don't know any other business. So this is a huge problem actually. How do we try and teach her something which is sustainable, right? That's a big thing which we need to try and understand. So through this kind of profession, we can try and just help those community as such. Again, understanding quality of life and enhance health and well-being. Again, health is such a big issue. I'm telling you, it's not only our COVID and your physical health, it is also about your mental health as such. That's where psychology comes into play. It's such a fantastic course, I'm telling you. Psychology, it's again, you can do as much as innovations and creativity or inventions as possible. But again, your psychology, your internal mind and everything, it's always, again, still scientists are trying to understand our mind because it is a mad monkey, right? It keeps on jumping here and there. And again, controlling of mind or understanding our mind is always a big science to learn as such. It's very, very interesting. If you are really a person who has that kind of interest to understand people, observe people, right? Try to deal with them, trying to just help them, how we can do that. And you're very, very good in counseling. So psychology or social sciences is your area, right? You love people around you. You love people, right? I'm always a people person. I can't really keep on sitting at a computer and keep watching it, right? I love people. So I get automatically when I see all of you, my energy, my adrenaline pumps up actually, right? Because that's excitement. When I just see smiling faces around me, I get excited, right? So that's the kind of a person I am. So likewise, you should really understand: am I a people person? Am I really get that kind of energy? I feel it, right? So when I motivate others, I get motivated as such. So that's something are the qualities we should really watch in yourself. And helping and providing quality education. Again, everybody is not getting education. I told you, right? Because in Project Putri, if you really see, Putri classes are the only sessions which is happening for children. Because their government school teachers, because of various constraints, they can't take classes actually for everybody. So they don't have any reading, writing, speaking, no opportunity for them to learn or get that access for learning. It's a huge issue actually. Again, so giving them those quality education is again a big thing. Again, the way of education is also changing right now. You all know the digital side is picking up. We have ever dreamt of sitting at home and attending school classes, right? Have you ever imagined? Nobody, right? Your teachers might have not imagined at all. It's a shocker. COVID has bring a shocker that the schools can be replaced online within a computer, right? Come on.
Sir, but then the thing is that next time when the school opens and they inform a leave, no students, no parents will ask for leave. They'll say, "Are you sounding?"
Correct, exactly.
Like that.
Correct. I have two daughters, and both of them keep saying that. I will not ask leave at all, Appa. So I'm just waiting for my school to reopen because you all have known the value of it right now. So I'm sure that normalcy will be back, and we all will be soon back to school. That's the kind of prayer. That's the thing we should really keep. And again, coming to create a lot of social consciousness and build responsible citizens, right? So that's also another important aspect of social sciences, which those studies which we bring in, a lot of research which is happening right now. A lot of organizations, they fund for researchers, and those research. See, we are right now in a society right now which is so comfortable to an extent, and the reason we have can you all tell me what is the difference between a developed nation and developing nation?
A developed nation is where it has a lot of things inside. It has a lot of things, and it is already in a matured state. So it doesn't need to be even more matured. But in a developing country is where the state is very poor or somewhere, and then they need to come in. They need to pick up to this thing, and then according to it, and then they make up new constitutions, and they develop it in such a way that their country is different from others.
Absolutely, right?
Developed country has all the facilities, whereas a developing country is working on becoming a developed country.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So India is a developing country or a developed nation?
Developing country.
Developing country, right? So we are in the progress actually, and hope that you all contribute a lot for this actually, right? And right from my age, or again, all your teachers generation, we have been talking about for generations together. We have been saying India is a developing country. India is a developing country. That's the way we keep saying that actually. When is it we are going to make it as a developed nation? By only by contribution. Everybody, each and every girl out here have to really come up, make a career for yourself. You should become a tax-paying citizen, right? You should really add value to that, and that is where our nation for sure. It's our research which we did in Avatar, where we found out that there is a huge wastage of the excellent talent pool which is available, which is our women, right? We have our mothers who are all again. I'm sure that if my mother might have come to the corporate world, she might have become a CEO. I'm for sure about it. Right? I used to tell her, "Amma, you on the kitchen la you." But I know I can understand that they are again due to their circumstances, they were being there. But again, if they might have got an opportunity, they might have just become a CEO asset. So many CEOs are there in kitchen. So we have to bring them out, right? We have to try and just provide them that opportunity as such. Fantastic. Okay. Okay, I'm going to just show you another video. So about social sciences. I hope the video is audible for you.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So now you saw what are all the different streams in our social sciences stream. So you have history in it. You have again economics. You have political science, psychology, sociology. So psychology, you all know, like which I talked about, which is basically you can become a psychologist or a clinical psychology. There are different streams in it where it talks about something into the media side, because medical side is also there where you try and develop yourself as into the medical psychology side, where you try and do clinical research on human psychology and trying to just counsel people, do therapies for them, right? It is like similarly, it is getting into a typical how a doctor treats you for the physical health. The same way, a psychologist treats you for the mental health as such. So now a lot of focus is being given. You all know, like due to this technology, again, another side, a lot of stress for people, right? They all suffer because of the mental illness, actually, which is equally important. Mental wellness is something very, very important. So it's a huge sector which is opening up. A lot of research which is happening in terms of cognitive science. So there are students who does specifically doctorates in cognitive science and all, right? So likewise, you have a lot of streams out here, and you have economics is again a very big area where it is really picking up right now, right from planning commission to various opportunities in government for IAS and everything. It's again so useful for you to try and just opt for it again. So a lot of analysts and analytics, there are organizations who are trying to take actually, right? So if you are good in maths and economics, it's a very good combination, right? You can do so you have BA economics, you have, again, you can do your MA economics and also your MPhil PhD, right? So, so that kind of a stream which is there. Again, you have sociology and psychology. Psychology is something studying about our mind, human mind, and how do we treat it, what it undergoes, and everything. Sociology is something where the social well-being and the documentation of the entire society, right? So that is a kind of a research keeps happening, and it's a specific stream. You have it in University of Pondicherry University, and your again, a lot of colleges provide sociology degree in Chennai also. And so you all know about anthropology. Anybody knows about what is anthropology?
No.
Any idea? No? Okay. So anthropology is basically, it's a study about our human evolution, right? So how is it, sir? How is it going to be, that's going to be useful? So wherever we stand right now, right? It's an evolution. You all know how the early man came, right? Early man, how it started, how he created the fire. You want to just studied all these things actually. Those kind of learnings is what really trying to just help us in so many inventions. right? So if you really see our religion, culture, so it talks about so many things. For an example, in Ramayana, we talk about Pushpaka Vimana, right? Ravana is coming and taking away Sita and Pushpaka Vimana, which is again a aeroplane. In those stages itself, we had all those things as such. So learning from our ancestors in terms of our previous generations, what is it they have used and what kind of learnings they had, and a lot of that kind of transfer of knowledge from generation to generation is being studied in anthropology as such, right? Again, literature is opening up so much of what to say opportunities for us, all the media professionals. So you have a lot of content writer kind of opportunities which is there. You can be part of the media. You can do so many things as such in terms of the literature part. So where to tell you, we all think that IIT Madras. You all know IIT Madras?
Yeah. Yes,
Indian Institute of Technology, right? So we all think like they only teach, they have divisions related to engineering alone. No, they also have something called as, what to say, specific humanities division they have. They do provide 2 courses, a 5-year course in, what to say, English literature. They also have also developmental studies. So masters in developmental studies, which is a 5-year program as such. So they do kind of keep examinations related to humanities and the development sciences kind of a wing. So they do kind of what I say conduct by November. The applications will open, and there is a 5-year course, right, on humanities and everything. So that is also you can try and explore. And you have fine arts, you know, all your acting and other things. I think one of the speaker you might have just already, he might have just taken through you about the digital and also the various opportunities in the fine arts side, which is also actually evolving very much. You all know how media is growing right now. So it's a fantastic career opportunities. You all will be knowing it. And journalism, right? Again, a person who really likes to speak, who likes to debate, right? So those kind of areas where definitely journalism is again a fantastic area to investigate something, right? And try to, there is an investigative journalism is another specialized version of it, which you can try and study there. And also, again, of course, Tamil, French education, because there are courses which is available. You all know like about B.Ed, right? B.Ed, M.Ed, so Master of Education and all. Right now it is again being valid on creating digital content, and there is a huge because those days if we do B.Ed, M.Ed and all, you can become a teacher. But right now there are variety of opportunities available for you. You can become a digital content writer. You can, you all know about Byju's and other things. How do they create those content actually? Is because there is a person who is a MA educationist who creates that curriculum and try to give it actually. How easily you can. So you all know like, sir, maths is kind of is such a tough subject for me, sir. I don't really, I'm comfortable in terms of doing it. But right now, we can see that how simplified is all the versions actually. How Byju's is trying to just package this and they're trying to just give it to her. So who is doing that? Is something, a person who is a master of education who is trying to create those curriculum and giving it to you. So, and there is a thing called as physiology. Philosophy is again another stream which is there, which is also catching up in terms of learning our culture. And right now, a lot of diversity is coming up actually. Right. For an example, people who are in US, they are coming and working in India, right? And we are there across all Indians are there and across all the entire what to say the world in different countries we are working. So many countries, people are coming here and they are living here. I know for sure that I was handling a client who is a Korean multinationals, right? So they are here. There is a huge community for Koreans out here. So they really like our culture and everything. So those kind of cultural diversity and handling it is all is there in terms of in the philosophy kind of subjects where you try and just learn how that international relations happens, how that cultural mix, how can we manage, and those kind of studies you will try to study in that. And again, rural development. So you know that what to say, more than 70% of India is based on the villages as such. So we have so much of villages all across. So how do we really develop our rural India? Right, that's a huge area to really study about. So there are till PhD, you have various specializations related to rural development again. And in terms of human rights, again, it's something related to the legal and law kind of specializations. And where you talk about human rights, a lot of human rights activists who are there right now who raises the voice if there is a problem or a inequality thing which is happening or any clashes happens. So these human rights people play a very, very vital role in safeguarding the rights of people as such. So likewise, these are the various streams which is there in social sciences. So importantly, I want to just talk about a more stress on the social work kind of a thing. So social work is something again excellent area which is coming up. So to tell you, India is one of the very, very few nations who have announced in 2013 Companies Act, they have announced that 2% of companies' profit has to be spent on the social development. Updates later, they have actually announced. After that, a lot of professional organizations who have really come up. They have a lot of professional MNCs who have come to India who are actually working on the social development side as such. So let me get into it in much more detail. And these are the endless opportunities for you in social sciences. You can actually read about it in terms of anthropology, what you can actually become, and linguistic science is also another area where it is really picking up. You all know dubbing artists and various people. So if you love language, I've seen certain people will have a lot of orientation towards language. They like they like Tamil or Hindi. They really love it actually, right? They do research. They try different things into it. So linguistic science is an area where you can also, if you have that interest, you can get into. So and in terms of history, you have these many opportunities out here, and also geography. So these are the subjects we generally think like, okay, just like that I will study. But I used to really love geography, but unfortunately I don't know that this much courses were available. But I couldn't pick up anyone after that. But after getting into it, so I came to know that there are so many things. There are so many roles which emerges, especially in the geography side, because the exploration, right? So all your resources exploration is being done by the geography environmentalist, and also environmental manager. Every company has, for an example, you have this ONGC, right? Oil and Gas Natural Limited or Indian Oil. So various organizations, these organizations will have environmental managers out here. They will be doing the soil testing, how that soil, whether this factory can be there, set up in this place or not, right? How is the water resources for this? All the study will be done by them as such. And again, coming back to the social work kind of a thing, we all generally think, okay, NGO means again non-governmental organizations, right? We all think like the Kadar Setter, Kadar Vestila Potenta from a social worker. And the field parents used to also scold their children. Enna social service you won't get money or anything. So what is it you are going to do for your life? But I'm telling you, social work has become such a fantastic course right now. Comparative to MBAs, again, certain cases, certain differences is there between MBA and MSW, but MSW is catching up very well actually. There is an institute called as Madras School of Social Work, so which is one of the India's #1. I'm telling you, how many of you know about it? I don't know, but you have an institute like this where it gives a Master of Social Work kind of a thing. So you have a BSW, which is Bachelor of Social Work and Master of Social Work. So if you are interested in social problems and you want to just give a helping hand for the society, you can become these many roles. You can take it up actually as a clinical social worker, psychiatric social worker, medical counselor, school counselor, student counselor. I'm telling you, all the schools right now started having. So I know people will have kind of counselors within the school itself. A lot of school doesn't have school counselors. I think that's the next segment. You want student counselors actually, because students undergo a lot of stress actually. So they need that kind of counseling. So that segment is actually picking up. So so if you do your social work kind of a specialization, so these many opportunities really are there for you. And the NGOs you can get into. Corporate, where they have this term called as corporate social responsibility, right? Every team like HR, finance, you have different departments in a company, right? The same way, all big organizations, they have a separate foundation they have a separate team called as CSR team, right? Which is your corporate social responsibility. I was talking about our individual responsibility, right? The same way, a corporate will also have a corporate social responsibility. They are also taking so many things from the society. They have to really give back, right? So that's how they try and just do. So for an example, if you have Coca-Cola, you all know that it is a kind of hydrated drink, and ultimately, so they try and just produce so many things. But again, they are also born to take care of the health of people. So what they do a lot of they take up a cause and they work for it. Actually, what do you mean by cause? There are different causes to work. For an example, purity of water, right? So the and the availability of water is again a cause as such. So everybody needs to get a pure water actually. So that's again an agenda. And giving education to everybody is a cause, right? And helping on livelihood is a cause. So livelihood means again how you give employment, how you give employment training. It's a cause actually. So you, as a social worker, you can pick up a particular cause and you can work for it actually. You might have just seen old age homes. You might have just seen orphanage homes, right? It's all working on a particular cause of taking care of the orphan children, right? I've seen so many putris who come from what to say, a background where they don't have parents. They live in a old age homes, and they used to come and attend schools and go back to the homes as such. So likewise, there are so many children who are there. So these NGOs and the other corporate foundations, they try and just support people on this. So if you want to become a social worker, if you have that heart, you need a heart for it, right? If your heart is so moved for people, hey, come on, he's suffering. I'm going to just go and help him. So that is your area, right? You have so much of plethora of opportunities available for you children. You all need to really go and explore it actually. So political science is an area, international relations. You all know our beloved Ravi Shankar, right? Who is our, international affairs minister. So again, they all come from that kind of a background of how do we debate? How do we really try and negotiate, right? Across various countries, how do we really settle down? So international studies is a fantastic area for you to try and explore. And library related aspects, political science again, political, you can become a political analyst, you can be part of the embassy, you can become a diplomat. So different opportunities which is there in all these segments. So I hope that I've just covered. It's an ocean to really talk about. I can keep on speaking with all of you, but I know that kind of always our human power of listening is just 1 hour. You are all so cute that you all have stayed back and patiently have been listening to me. So let me just finish it another 2 minutes. Okay, I talked about all the opportunities which is available for you. Let me also just take a minute to talk about what is it you can do after your 12th. You can get into BA sociology, political science, anthropology, history. Different things are there for you. And again, you can do your diploma or related courses, which is very much available. Then you have your BSW and MSW, which is Bachelor of Social Work and Master of Social Work. And LLB is another area. It's a 5-year course again, law, right? Where your communication is so good, your written and your oral communication is so good. I think LLB can be a. So if anybody talks, we'll say, "Hey, nada, periya vakila ni kepon. Yeah, you're an advocate. You're speaking so much, right?" So that kind of quality you can observe. If you have that kind of passion, definitely yes. LLB is a fantastic area. So much of opportunities in it. And again, you can become of course, a teacher. Always we think like teachers are okay to do kind of a profession. It's such a valuable profession, students. I'm saying, if you want to really build this nation, we need good teachers actually. So that is going to be I'm sure that the change is going to come. Teachers' profession should be the highest paid job. That's what the transition which needs to happen. And I'm sure that schools like Pupil, I'm sure that that change is already happening right now. So because school is such an important part of the ecosystem, and teachers are playing a very, very vital role. And if you want to become a teacher, of course, yes, arts is a fantastic line. You can pick it up. So then you have your BBM and BBA, which is your Bachelor of Business Administration and Bachelor of Management. And you have a lot of MA integrated courses. As I told you, in IIT Chennai, you have this integrated courses, which is a 5 years. Post 12th itself, you can get in. So after 5 years, you will finish both PG and UG and you can come out. Right? So please do explore. People who are interested in arts, we used to really look at the science students. JEE exam, GATE exam, they all are big force in Naniponamo, but I'm very happy to share with you, like IIT also have such courses in humanities and arts and science. You all also can be proud to really prepare for those exams. You can also try it actually, right? Fantastic. And again, other areas in humanities and arts is your music. You can try and there are fantastic courses which is available for music. And again, of course, you all know about MBAs, right? BBA and MBA is quite a popular, what to say, a stream as such to pick up. And again, you have masters of hospitality and tourism. You have again journalism is there, right? And also library sciences is an area. And so again, civil services. This is again a fantastic area. You all know, like whoever is aspirant of civil services, definitely yes. IFS, IPS, IAS officers who want to become. Again, arts and science provides a fantastic what to say subjects for you to really pick up and do. Again, banking, you can get into the railway side and postal side, into the government part of it, actually government departments as such. And again, advertising and communication. Somebody were asking about film industry, right? So you have all this. Again, you have this communication, MA. Viscom, visual communication and communication has really picked up. We all know because media is really becoming bigger. So communication is a fantastic area where you can really try and just explore into advertisement and communication. So because you have this corporate communication, mass communication, so you have different degrees colleges are providing. So that's a very interesting thing to pick up. And you have the hospitality sciences, right? So if you are really interested in traveling, exploring different regions and everything, hospitality is again a very, very interesting stream to pick up as such. Great. So let me skip this. And again, so these are various organizations who have got into India for supporting us. They are all MNC, big NGO firms who are right now in India who are supporting our social development causes. So they employ a lot of people. They really see World Bank. They have a very big office in Perambudi, and you have so many hiring happening on technology, finance, and everything. They used to try and do that, and they fund various social development projects actually, right? So likewise, these are various companies who are doing it. So social work is no more just a free job we go and do and things like that. So it is a well-paid job also, right? Example is me, right? So I just no, but I have never dreamt that I will really land up in an NGO. I've never ever thought about it. But again, your passion always helps you, right? As Akshaya initially said, universe, when you really give it, it will definitely give back somewhere or another. That's how I landed up here. So please remove that myth of stating that okay, always the arts line is always low paid. It is equivalent to engineering. I'm telling you, people. If you are really talented, if you are passionate, there is a lot of opportunities waiting for you as such. Great, super. Okay, and okay. So these are various institutes which is there, which are all pioneering institutes. You all can actually try and explore. We have TIS, which is one of the very famous institute. You all know about it. So Tata Institute of Social Sciences, which provides a lot of courses on humanities and various streams and specializations. And you have Xavier Institute of Management, Madras School of Social Work, which I told you. Loyola College provides a lot of, again, courses related to this. And we have some amazing universities out here, like Madras University and Anna University, who have a lot of courses in this stream. And we have another institute. I'm going to take this as an opportunity. There is an institute called as Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Youth Development. So I request all parents to go and just visit it. It's a fantastic central government university, which is there in Chennai, right? Which is in Sriperumbudur. A lot of them don't know about it. Very sad when I used to really go and we very closely work with this institute. This Rajiv Gandhi Institute is a central government. Again, the HOD used to tell me, all North Indian students are only coming, sir. We don't have South Indian students at all because a lot of them don't. They are not aware of such an institute which is there within the city here, right? So I would request all of you to really go and try and just see that because they have a psychology stream. They have streams which is related to social work, and also they have sociology and also diversity and inclusion. They have a separate department for it. Women's studies is another area. So they have a separate department for it. So I would request all parents to go and just see that and also spread the word around, right? So it's a central government university, beautiful campus, I'm telling you. But unfortunately, a lot of people, we are not aware of it actually. So that kind of a thing which you can actually try and explore. These are the overall things which I just thought I can just share it with all of you. So just planning for your career. So obviously you can get into is, first of all, know your values, learn about yourself, think about yourself, identify your skills, research on various opportunities. See, ஒரு dress வாங்கணும்னா how much is that we spend time? We go to shopping, go and just take 15 types of dress, we compare it, we wear it and see. We think so much about it, right? And if you want ice cream, if you go to Ibaco, like Ibaco, so you have so much variety. You keep thinking like, what combinations can I have? All those things we are doing. But when it comes to career, we immediately go, hey, no. You see, like I have my friend, what I say, Sunita, Shweta, and others are all taking this course. Let me also go and just take this course. That's how we decide, right? No, this college is very near to me, so let me just try and just pick up this course. That's how we select. So, but this is something is going to be for your life. So spend that kind of quality time. Know about your values. Know about yourself, and request all parents to really give a lot of importance to all these aspects to choose a career for your child, because education is going to be the base. And if before you go and do that, please do have all these points which I've just mentioned here in your mind, and help your children to really get landed in a very good space where they really find themselves so happy and peaceful and enjoyable experience for them. Great, excellent. Okay, so I'm going to just play a quick video right now, and that will be the last video for me, and I'm going to just show. So we all know about success, and this is how you need to really find your intentionality, right? Okay, I'm going to just play this now. This is how we need to break all barriers for success. I hope all correct.
New Road last week. They were practicing in miniature these catches on the boundary edge, little lobbed ones, just getting the idea of where their body was and how they were going to keep the ball within the boundary edge and then be able to pull off the catch on the other side. All of that hard work has paid off here. It's fabulous. Even looks good backwards.
To have so much going on in such a short space of time. Yes, they do practice it. But to have it in the pressure cooker situation, knowing how important a wicket it is. Confirmation. And quite right, Arlene Diol.
Yes, I hope all cricket lovers might have just seen that video. So what is it you really saw in this actually? Anybody understood why I showed you here?
My father showed this video to me, and he was talking about her presence of mind, sir.
Presence of mind and that intent. See her intent. How smartly she does, and it's very, very difficult to really do this.
She catches it before it goes to the boundary, and she gets off the boundary and throws it, and she catches it again inside the boundary.
Exactly. See her passion, that intent, right? So there is no barriers for us if we really think we can, right? So that is what it is. We should all unshackle all your barriers and be very, very successful. I'm sure.
Sir, and also she would have thought maybe after giving so much of hard work, it was none of use. Like if she had not caught the ball, she would have thought it was not of use. But because of that so much of hard work, it paid off, and she could catch it.
She saved again she took a wicket, and she saved that a six or a boundary, whatever it is. And I think that's something doing impossible. I think this generation, I'm sure that you guys are going to just do things which are impossible also to be possible, and going to just create some fantastic new history for the generations to come. So my best wishes, and as I always love Captain Cool, and this is what he says. I believe in giving. Can I request somebody to read this for me?
I believe in giving more than 100% of on field, and I don't really worry about the result. If there's a great commitment on the field, that's a victory for me. And Mr.
So what do you understand from this, Divisha?
Sir, he believes in himself for 100% that he can go and win there in the field, but he doesn't really worries about the result. Whether he wins or he loses, he doesn't worries about it.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
if there is something going to happen on the field, if it's a good thing for him, then he would really, then it is the time where he wins over there.
Beautifully said.
Sir, I guess this is like the very famous saying, do your best and God will do the rest.
Absolutely, fantastic. Yes. So we should really. So it's your duty to just be there, pick up the right thing, and just try to give your best there. I think the success is going to be yours. And so best wishes to all of you, and really wishing all the students to really pick up what is that you want in life and be happy citizens of our nation. Let's all join together to build this nation a beautiful place to live. Right. So it's each and everybody's duty. Best wishes to all your careers, and I'm really open for questions and anything which you want to just share about this session, whether you liked it. So you can just please be open to really talk about it. I've been seeing Akshay, and so you both have been really. Thanks so much for your active participation, Akshay and Divisha. So really enjoyed interactions. I think it was a session between we three is what I just felt. So because I could see only three of you in the screen as such, but I know that others were also contributing. Thank you so much. Sorry that I couldn't see the chat regularly because I couldn't just see this, and so you can ask for
I
any
think
questions.
Ansh Dani has a question.
Okay.
So Ansh Dani
thank you,
has
ma'am.
raised his hand. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Very much.
Yes. So first of all, I like the whole career talk. Thank you for the career talk, sir. And second thing, I had a question, sir. Like in the starting, that we choose our own career, whether not to, it shouldn't affect our family, ourselves, or our country. But sometimes, often people choose their own career, whatever career they want. But it depends on the success they get. For example, a person chooses whatever thing he wants to be, his career, and afterwards successful in it. So in the end, it's just like he chose it for himself, and he's not successful. Indirectly, it does affect his family and himself, no, sir. So how do
Yes,
we?
excellent question. I don't see that this question is from a student. I was really amazed to see your thought process, Ansh. So this is something. See, ultimately, success is something.
Sorry to interrupt. If you can just close your presentation, I think you will be able to see
sure.
all of
Okay.
them
That's
on screen.
That's a good suggestion.
Yeah,
Okay.
children, you can switch on your video so that sir can see you and then interact with you all.
Yes. So, Ansh, like again, success is something which we try and define for ourselves, Ansh. Right. So there is nothing called as which is you are successful. Somebody can say you're successful, unsuccessful, but that's something that totally depends on you. And if you really think you have done your justice, imagine,
Yes,
like Thomas Alva Edison or any inventor, he has failed 100 times, right, and 1,000 times,
yes,
again
sir.
and again and again he has failed, but he has never given up on that. So don't think about whether it is successful, unsuccessful. It's a journey, right? If you really
Yes, sir.
strongly think, I told you, like a hairstylist, that boy, everybody criticized him. என்னடா சலூன் வச்சு நீ படிக்க போறியா என்ன 100 ரூபா 50 ரூபா கிடைக்கும் உனக்கு நீ என்ன சலூன் வைக்க போறியா but that guy that person was very very clear. I want to become a hairstylist, one of the best hairstylists, right? Nobody can imagine now.
Yes,
See,
sir.
everybody is like, see, the world is like that. When you are successful, everybody will stand around you and they will clap and they will do everything. And if you fail few times, they will all really deject you so much. They will say like, oh, no, this is not happening. But it is in your mind framework, right? Which is success, which is not successful. But if you really believe this is going to happen, that career is going to be fantastic for you. It gives you happiness. That's what you should really see. And that way, I'm sure that universe will definitely try and help you, and those opportunities will come and knock your door. The only thing is that conviction and the stability you show, the consistency you show. Right? Imagine, no, like Dhoni, like
Yes, sir.
I hope that you might have seen that movie. What happens to him? He used to be a ticket
Uh,
collector and being there,
yes, sir.
running around in a station and everything. So imagine he didn't really give up at all. So he was constantly thinking, how is that I'm going to play for India? Right? That's the way you should really think. So there is nothing called as success or not successful ventures. Everything is successful. You should be consistent and you should strongly believe in it. Right? That belief is more
Yes, sir.
important, and believing in yourself is more important. I hope I have answered you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yes, actually.
Sir, now in the SWOT analysis thing, sir, now if we are one is strong in let's say speaking,
Strength and
whereas
weakness. Yeah.
yes, sir. Whereas our interest is in dancing. So
Yeah.
what do we do, sir? Do we go
Interest
for
in
our
dancing
strength
is,
or instinct?
of course, you have to put it as one of the, what to say, both. You can write it in your strength and opportunity. You can become a dancer, of course. It's an amazing career right now. You know the kind of stages which is there. There is an Indian team which goes across all the famous dance groups are there, right? So it is again, if that's your passion, yes, of course, you should write it as one of your strengths as such. And always, I'm telling you, students, and which is very important, is always have plan A, plan B, plan C. Right? Life is not always straight, right? It has always bends, and there are bends which is you can't see that side, right? So nobody can give you a ready-made answer as such. So you should always have a plan A, plan B, right, and plan C. And also you should also understand about your environment, because I know one of our volunteers' daughter. She is the first scuba diver. Can you imagine? Coming from a very conservative family, but she convinced her mother that I have to be a scuba diver as such. So she has become a tutor right now. She is developing more students now. She's the first woman to get into the scuba diving thing. So imagine, no, like nobody has thought about. They think like it is unsafe for women, but again, she has become the first thing. So there is nothing there as such. So dancing, of course, dance also brings different traits for you. You are excellent in your expressions, right? So you will be good in acting, of course. A lot of your traits which will be matching. So you can think about it actually, and you can write down all these things as your strengths, and of course as an opportunity too.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, also now we have learned just now that there are many fields in humanities and uh, arts and social science and all that, sir. Then even in this time, like in the 21st century also, why there is no awareness, sir? Even now people look low at someone who took arts. Why, sir? Maybe olden days we can understand, okay, they didn't know, they didn't have that education. Why not now?
Of course, their upbringing, it has so many things as such, right? If you really want to grow a plant, it needs the right water, right amount of water. You need that kind of good soil out there, the environment out there. So everything is needed, but everybody doesn't get everything equally, right? So Akshay is so blessed to have wonderful parents giving this opportunity. You've been there uninterrupted. You're attending this session. These are all blessings, I'm telling you. But again, you have children who don't have that actually, but they see what they see is different from what Akshaya sees, right? So a lot of them will not have that access. You have a lot of abuses happening at home. The environment they grow is totally different again. You really see Putri's environment. It's very sad to really see that, because all constantly she has seen her father meeting her mother. Imagine, no, what kind of mindset they will be coming up from. They constantly think like, okay, girls are meant to be married and having child and being there. That's the mindset they will have. For them, like studying BCom itself is the highest aim in their life. I used to ask them, what is your goal in life? Sir, now the BCom padikano, sir. The BCom padikano, for us, it's like, okay, just a graduation. But again, for them, it's like something which is great, actually. Great achievement for them. Right? So there is a lot of inequality. This is what social sciences try and help us to try and bridge. There is a huge gap in the society right now. Right? So we all need to come together to try to bring it together. Right? That's our duty. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
So once I was going by roadside, and there was one beggar there. She was having a child, and one guy is coming and teasing that particular person. So another person from, I didn't know, I was just watching them what he's going to do. Another person who was watching there, actually I thought to come away and tell him not to do. That person came faster than me and told that you one day stay in this place and you be like this and you will know what they are facing. How, like, how much, what to say, the difficulties they face.
Correct. Correct. That is empathy, right? Seeing ourselves from others' shoes is something very important. We should see from how it is so difficult to teach us. We all easily comment, my ma'am did so well or so bad. All these things we say, but we should prepare and see and take a class once. We will know the kind of value of it actually, right? Likewise for everything, right? Your mom, so same way she takes such a pain to really make the dish and give it to you, right? So that empathy is something very important. I'm telling you, if you're good,
and then
Divisha, so if you are having that empathy, of course, yes, that's the area. So social sciences is your area. You should pick up. That naturally comes to you, right? Your heart goes to help, right? So that's something you should observe.
that's when so many people, when our mothers and all are not feeling well also, we don't eat and they will give us thing and we don't eat it and come, no, like we say, ma, I don't like it, so I won't eat, I didn't eat it, no. She'll say, that time, that instant she'll get angry. Morning I woke up early for you and did this much, you said you don't like it. My mother, what she will do is that she'll say, after you eat this only you will have your other snacks and all.
Mom is your first teacher. Good, very good, very nice. Good. So, any other questions? Anybody
Sir?
else?
Sir?
Yes. Yes.
What would you say to people who are against feminism?
Against vandalism. Of course, it itself is not a good thing to do.
Feminism is what he's asking.
Pardon? Yeah.
Against feminism.
Feminism. Okay. Yeah. Let's see again. I don't again also believe totally in feminism or because it is again society is built by both, right? So there should be equality, right? So that's how we teach. We also have this another initiative called as Mitra, which is men impacting trust and respect. Because one side we teach girls on how to be career intentional, and other side we teach boys on how to be a good ally for the other gender, how we can be a safety net for the other gender. So that's a kind of a course we used to really do with boys, and we should understand. So both are equal. I think both have all the rights to try and be and give their best in the society. So that is the kind of a thing which we need to work out, and then talking about feminism, right? So that is nobody is superior, right? Everybody is equal. So that's something you should really remember, and that's the message I can give it to all the people who only believe that feminism is something. I know it comes out of suppression because naturally it happens, and they say like, okay, you can't really take away my rights, so I'm greater and I'm superior. So that thought is not going to help. Life is all about equally we share each other and we respect each other and be a good ally to each other. So that's more important. I hope I have answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So if it's okay, can we call all children on the video to take a
Yes,
look?
yes, we can have a yes, definitely. I'd love to. Thank you. I'm sorry that I've stepped out about I think more than 20 minutes. I think so. I was planning to close it by 11:45 with all your active interactions. I didn't really notice the time at all. So it was very interesting.
No problem, sir. Our children are very interactive. They would love to sit and interact. So probably children, don't worry that we are going to conclude it. We will definitely invite sir to school so that you can have him also yourself and clarify all your doubts.
Definitely. Looking forward.
Clarifying and talking is not enough, children. I think, we need to give back to the society something. That is what is the crux of what sir was talking to us.
Ma'am, I'll keep my video switched off for the vote of thanks because I have internet issues.
No problem.
Thank you. Sir, I should start by saying this whole platform of Savita Group of institutions and the Pupil School has been nurtured by great humanitarians. Dr. N.M. Veerayan, Dr. Savita, Dr. Rajesh, they are just not visionaries, but they are great human beings I've met in my life. And whatever they are doing for the children and the society and their students is simply out of the box and amazing. Humanity is a very vital part of the group of institutions and the school. And the school has a core subject of humanity too. So there is a very strong belief in them that humanitarian grounds and humanity activities are very important for the growth of the children to create them into beautiful human beings. So my first gratitude to Dr. N.M. Veerayan sir, Dr. Savita, Dr. Rajesh, who have always been there and supporting the team on this facet also. And yes, you heard a lot about Dolly ma'am, another beautiful human being we have met. All your volunteers have vouched for it, so you know better. And sir, I think sir had not mentioned something which I would like to share. He has, in his leadership in the Putri organization, he has brought in change in more than 5,000 children, girl children, who might have got just married and left in the grade 8. But today they stand by the Avatar organization and they are into complete career paths. So more than 5,000 children, girls have been experiencing humanity and enjoying the benefits of Putri. And that is led by Mr. Eswar. So thank you so much, sir. And having you here to speak about humanity, I think is the best choice we have made. You were just not, I think the last 20 minutes went into real content, which we had to absorb. But the first 1.5 hours were simply great. The children enjoyed. And the presentation of the plumber and the doctor listening to music and being thrown out was awesome. So I guess children really got the crux of importance of humanity and humanity as a career path today. So I think it was a wonderful talk. Thank you for being here with us. Thanking the directors, Dr. Savita and Dr. Rajesh for time and again giving us this platform to bring great speakers to the children, teachers and parents. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thanks for the opportunity once again for the entire administrative team, Dr. Savita Madam and Dr. Rajesh Sir, and really longing, my soul is longing to see you all because I've been hearing about you, and at last I've just seen Dolly Ma'am today, and I've been hearing her voice, her name as such, so for quite some time, and so good good to see you, ma'am, and really looking forward to really work with you more, and there is a lot more can be done collaboratively.
That's Dr.
So
Savita.
thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful talk. It was very nice to talk about humanities. Actually, it made us really very happy, in fact. And we would like to invite you to school sometime and we should have a constant interaction. It's not just one visit. We would like to be associated with your great work. And I'm sure children also, they should have a taste of community work, social work, and all that. And we would like you to help us in that path, how to take it forward and things like that. So once school reopens, I think we should have a long-term relationship and bringing light to many more children. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful talk. Thank you.
Definitely, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, and we will definitely do that. And I think, as you rightly said, internship for students are very, very important, and they learn a lot of things. They explore themselves to really arrive at a career option, and NGOs gives that kind of platform to explore their skills in terms of creativity and everything. Really looking forward, and there is a lot of avenues we can actually collaborate and do, and really looking forward to that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, children, for spending time with all of us. And thank you, sir, once again for taking time out and being here today. Thank you, sir.
See you all. See you all, children. Nice
Thank you, sir.
interaction with
Thank
you
you,
all.
sir.
Kudos.
Thank you,
The
sir.
like
Thank
shown
you.
in the video, you definitely opened our eyes and mind towards this field, sir. Thank
Oh,
you.
so grateful. I'm so grateful to hear that. You have made my day. Okay. 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 See you all. Bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
See you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
All.
you.
Bye.
Bye.